Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram,
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. वाञ्छाकल्पतृपस्य कृपा सिन्धुभ्येव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय। नामाचार्य श्रीला हरिदास ठाकुर की जय। प्रेम से बोल श्री कृष्ण
Hare
चैतन्य
Krishna,
प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधारा श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद की जय। श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय। All glories to the assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. Please accept my humble obeisances. This is Anita Ramya from Sharjah, UAE. Welcoming all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. I thank all of you for attending this session. Please forgive me for interrupting your ecstatic chanting. I would like to read the 10 offenses to the holy names which are to be avoided, written by Srila Vyasadeva in the Padma Purana. Number 1, to blaspheme the devotees who have dedicated their lives for propagating the holy name of the Lord. Number 2, to consider the names of living gods like Lord Shiva or Lord Brahma to be equal to or independent of the name of the Lord Vishnu. Number 3, to disobey the orders of the spiritual master. Number 4, to blaspheme the Vedic scriptures or scriptures in pursuance to the Vedic version. Number 5, to consider the glories of chanting Hare Krishna to be an imagination. Number 6, to give some interpretations to the holy name of the Lord. Number 7, to commit sinful activities on the strength of the holy name. Number 8, to consider the chanting of Hare Krishna as one of the auspicious ritualistic activities which are offered in the Vedas as fruitive activities, Karma Kanda. Number 9, to instruct a faithless person about the glories of the holy name. Number 10, to not have complete faith in the chanting of the holy name and to maintain material attachments even after understanding so many instructions on this matter. It is also an offense to be inattentive while chanting. Every devotee who claims to be a Vaishnava must guard against these offenses in order to achieve the desired success, that is Krishna Prema. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam. So, but before moving on to the session, I would like to know who are all present today on the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Guru Maharaj ki jai. This is Arvind Dakstas from Chicago, and happy Ekadasi to everyone. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Arvind Daks Prabhuji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Happy Ekadashi to you also, Prabhuji. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and all the assembled devotees. This is Indulekha Karuna Devi Dasi, wishing everyone a very happy Ekadashi.
Hare Krishna, Indulekha Karuna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all your services on Bhakti Sangha. Welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
All glories to your services, Mataji. Today you are one person in many roles. Hare Krishna.
All glories to Srila Prabhupada.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to your services, Mataji. Thank you so much for your services. This is Vinita Gandharvika Devi Dasi from College Station, Texas.
Hare Krishna, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Welcome to the call, Mataji. All glories to all your services on Bhakti Sangha, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम शिला प्रभुपाद की जय गुरु महाराज की जय प्रीतिदासी from Charlotte. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Preeti Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga and all the assembled devotees. This is Yashamati Priya Devi Dasi from Chicago. And happy Ekadashi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Yashamati Priya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji. And happy Ekadashi to you also. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam to you and all Vaishnava. Srila Prabhupada, Srila Gurudev ki jai.
Hare Krishna, Vrinda Gopika Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Happy Ekadashi. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. This is Shyama Gauri Devi Dasi from Charlotte.
Hare Krishna, Shyama Gauri Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Welcome to the call, Mataji, and thank you for all your services on Bhakti Sangha. Hare Krishna.
Mataji, Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Anita Mataji, all glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. My humble obeisances to you and all the devotees. This is Krishna Kumari Devi Dasi from Raleigh. Happy Ekadasi to everyone.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Kumari Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call. Hare Krishna, welcome to the call and happy Ekadashi to you also. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, dear devotees. I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So today we will be moving on to our next session, that is Srimad Bhagavatam, which will be given by Her Grace Sridevi Mataji. So before moving on to the call, I would like to read the introduction about Mataji. Her Grace Sridevi Mataji has been practicing Krishna consciousness for almost 25 years. She is based in Mayapur and has traveled extensively throughout different parts of Europe, teaching the essence of Bhakti Yoga. She is also a qualified mental health professional and has been offering therapy to devotees since 2002. She also offers practice as a pediatrician and newborn care specialist. Hare Krishna. So this is introduction about Mataji. Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji, are you there on the call? Okay, so till Mataji joins, I think we can move on with the introduction. Anyone who wants to introduce themselves can go ahead.
Hare Krishna,
Hare
Anita
Krishna.
Ramya
Anita Mataji. Go ahead, Mataji.
Today is like traffic jam. It's Ekadashi also. Yes, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji.
My pranam to you and all the devotees and happy Ekadasi to everyone. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj, all glories to assembled devotees. This is Mohini Lakshmi. Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mohini Lakshmi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and welcome to the call, Mataji. Hare Krishna, happy Ekadashi to you. Hare Krishna. Yes, Shishmita Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Anita Ramya Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances, my pranam to all the assembled devotees. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all the assembled devotees. This is Shushmita from Canada.
Hare Krishna, Shishmita Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji, for joining the call and welcome to the call, Mataji. And Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji. Please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to all your queries which you give to His Holiness Chandramouli Swami Maharaj. And yes, dear devotees, Mataji is a disciple of His Holiness Chandramouli Maharaj. And Mataji always asks very interesting questions to Maharaj also during Maharaj sessions. And we are really captivated through her questions. So to learn more things, more realizations from Mataji's questions we can get. So thank you so much, Mataji. So dear devotees, I once again welcome all of you to this Bhakti Sangha Japa conference call. So today's class will be given by Her Grace Sridevi Mataji, and the words will be Canto 7, Chapter 9 and Text 40. Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji, over to you. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Anita. I offer my humble and respectful obeisances to you and to all the devotees. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindubhya evacha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namaha. My most humble obeisances again to everyone. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to serve you in this way. I humbly seek the blessings of all the assembled Vaishnavas so that I can do justice to the service that has been given to me today. All glories to Srila Prabhupada, all glories to our respective Guru Maharajas, all glories to this wonderful institution of ISKCON. So yes, as Anita said, we are on Canto 7, Science of God, and Chapter 9, which is a very, very wonderful chapter, Prayers of Prahlad Maharaj to Lord Nrsimhadev. And we are on verse number 40. That's right. Let's start with the invocation prayers. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Jaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jaya Mudirayet Nashta Prayeshva Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. So we will read the verse. I hope everyone can see the verse on the screen. Anita has kindly shared the verse and we will read it out and the translation and purport. And by the mercy of Srila Prabhupada and our Gurudev, I will attempt to humbly speak a little something. Jivai katochyuta vikarshati ma vitripta Shishnun yatastvak udaram shavanam kutaschit Ghranon yatas chapaladrikva cha karma shaktir Bahvya sapatnya iva geha patim dulanti. Quite a tongue twister. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear Lord, oh infallible one, my position is like that of a person who has many wives, all trying to attract him in their own way. For example, the tongue is attracted to palatable dishes, the genitals to sex with an attractive woman, and the sense of touch to contact with soft things. The belly, although filled, still wants to eat more, and the ear, not attempting to hear about you, is generally attracted to cinema songs. The sense of smell is attracted to yet another side. The restless eyes are attracted to scenes of sense gratification, and active senses are attracted elsewhere. In this way, I am certainly embarrassed. Purport. The human form of life is meant for God realization. But this process, which begins with Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnu, hearing and chanting of the holy name of the Lord, is disturbed as long as our senses are materially attracted. Therefore, devotional service means purifying the senses. In the conditioned state, our senses are covered by material sense gratification. And as long as one is not trained in purifying the senses, one cannot become a devotee. In our Krishna consciousness movement, therefore, we advise from the very beginning that one restrict the activities of the senses, especially the tongue, which is described by Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur as most greedy and unconquerable. To stop this attraction of the tongue, one is authoritatively advised not to accept meat or similar uneatable things, nor to allow the tongue to hanker to drink or smoke. Even the drinking of tea and coffee is not permitted. Similarly, the genitals must be restricted from illicit sex. Without such restraint of the senses, one cannot make advancement in Krishna consciousness. The only method of controlling the senses is to chant and hear the holy name of the Lord. Otherwise, one will always be disturbed, as a householder with more than one wife would be disturbed by them for sense gratification. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha Shri Chaitanya Manobishtam Sthapitam Yena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamayam Darati Swapadantikam Vandeham Shri Guru Shri Yuta Padakamalam Shri Gurun Vaishnavamscha Shri Rupam Sagrajatam Sahagana Raghunathanvitam Tam Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Shri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Shri Vishakhanvitamscha He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Deenabandhu Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namustute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishabhanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Chandramauli Swami Niti Namini Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namini Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So here, Prahlad Maharaj is taking the position of an ordinary jiva soul, a conditioned living entity who is constantly harassed by the objects of the senses. Says, my eyes are restless to feast on something very attractive. My tongue is hankering for eating and drinking something palatable. My ear always goes to titillating cinema songs. Their nose wants to smell nice things. The sense of touch wants to grasp things that are of beauty, of attractiveness, of sense gratification, and so on and on and on. But actually, Prahlad Maharaj is a pure devotee. In fact, we will see further down the line in verse number 44, he's actually saying, actually, my Lord, I am very happy in my devotional service. I don't want anything, but I'm worried about these fools and rascals, which means us, who are struggling so hard in this material world trying to be happy. But I know they cannot be happy without you, my dear Lord. And so therefore, I want to somehow or the other bring them back to the shelter of your lotus feet. See, this is the hankering of a pure devotee's heart. He knows that the conditioned souls are suffering in the darkness of ignorance, being harassed by the objects of the senses, by the false, rather material mind, intelligence and false ego, into trying again and again and again to enjoy this material energy, to exploit the material energy, to lord it over the material energy, to falsely claim I'm the proprietor of this or that or the other, in a vain attempt to be Krishna. But we cannot be Krishna. Only Krishna is Krishna. And who are we? His eternal servants. Jivera Swarup Hoy Nityera Krishna Das. That is all I am, and that is all I can be. Servant of the servant of the servant. Das Anu Das. But the jiva soul is bewildered when he falls down, when he turns away from Krishna and comes down to this material world. He is completely captivated by the objects of the senses. He is trapped by the senses into attempting to exploit, to enjoy, to covet, to be greedy for sensual enjoyment in this material world. This is what has kept us bound to this material world, lifetime after lifetime, in a vain struggle to conquer over her. Mother Earth laughs. It is said, the kings say, I have conquered over this piece of earth. But Mother Earth laughs because the kings die and she goes on. So this is a very foolish idea that we are proprietors, controllers, enjoyers. We cannot ever take the position of Krishna. That's not possible. We are simply meant to serve Krishna, and we are actually meant to be enjoyed by Krishna. Prakriti and Purusha. Krishna is the only Purush, and we are all the enjoyed. When Mirabai was in Vrindavan and she expressed a desire to meet Srila Jiva Goswami, Jiva Goswami said, it is my practice not to meet any woman. And so Mirabai said, I thought that the only man in Vrindavan was Krishna and we are all women. And Jiva Goswami conceded that. He said, yes, he is the only Purush and we are all the enjoyed. She was a very elevated devotee. She was a queen, but she was extremely advanced because she had developed her pure love for Krishna. Anyway, we don't follow Mirabai because she's not in our parampara, but that doesn't mean she wasn't a great devotee, a very, very great devotee who wrote more than 400 different songs in her native, I think, Bhojpuri it is called, language, praising, glorifying Lord Krishna. Yeah, that's something I just remembered. But to come back to the point Prahlad Maharaj is making, we have been embarrassed for so many lifetimes. Now By mercy of Srila Prabhupada, we have received the Bhakti Lata Beej. Brahmanda Brahmite Kona Bhagyavan Jeev, Guru Krishna Prasadi Pai Bhakti Lata Beej. This is the matchless gift that Prabhupada has brought from the spiritual world and planted in our stone-like hearts. So now, having received this gift, we must nurture it. We must water it. We must carefully weed out the anarthas so that it grows luxuriantly and reaches the lotus feet of Krishna. That is the purpose of the human form of life. The human form of life is the most exalted on the evolutionary scale. It is the most exalted because in this form of life, one can think about the divine. One can revive one's dormant relationship with Krishna. Dormant love of God exists in the heart of all living entities. All living entities have love of God, but only in the human form of life can it be realized. The cat, the dog, the mouse, the rabbit, the snake, the reptile, the lizard, the fish, the whale, the elephant. No, not possible. Why? Because they are still on the platform of eating, mating, sleeping, defense. These four things go on in the animal world. But the human being can rise above this and use the human form of life to get out of the cycle of repeated birth and death. Janma mrityu jara vyadi dukkha doshanu darshanam. This repeated birth and death cycle of samsara can be ended in this human form of life. And therefore, Srila Prabhupada said, do not commit spiritual suicide. Do not lose the opportunity to become self-realized. So the man of intelligence thinks, why should I repeat this again and again? Why should I run after petty, temporary, ephemeral, fleeting, flickering material pleasures when I can have permanent, unlimited, unending happiness with Krishna in the spiritual world? Haribo! That is what Srila Prabhupada has come to give us that. So let's take a look at verse number 522 of Bhagavad Gita. Yahi samsparsha ja bhoga. Is it possible to pull up that verse, or I can screen share also if you like, Anita? If you
Hare
would like
Krishna.
to.
Yes, Mataji, if you want, I can do, or you can share it also.
Okay, I have it here on my screen because I wanted to share. So let me just show it to you, because this is a very fundamental and a very essential verse for us to understand. Because we have done this so many times and now we are trying to do something different. It is like speeding down the highway at a certain speed. We cannot immediately take a turn. But by intelligence, by constantly practicing and applying what we are being taught, we can slowly take that turn towards the spiritual. Okay, let's see. I hope you can see. Yes. Yahi samsparsha jab hoga, dukkha yonaya evate, adi antavanta kaunteya, na teshu ramate buddhaha. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhakti Vedanta Swami Prabhupada. An intelligent person does not take part in the sources of misery, which are due to contact with the material senses. O son of Kunti, such pleasures have a beginning and an end. So the wise man does not delight in them. Material sense pleasures are due to contact of the material senses, which are all temporary, because the body itself is temporary. A liberated soul is not interested in anything which is temporary. Knowing well the joys of transcendental pleasure, how can a liberated soul agree to enjoy false pleasure? In the Padma Puran, it is said, Ramante yogino nante satyanande chidatmani iti ramapade naso param brahma vidiyate. The mystics derive unlimited transcendental pleasures from the absolute truth, and therefore the supreme absolute truth, the personality of Godhead, is also known as Ram. In the Srimad Bhagavatam, also 5.5.1, it is said, Nayam deho deha bhajam nriloke kashtan kaman arhate vidbhujam ye tapo divyam putraka yena sattvam shuddhyed yasmat brahma saukyam tvanantam. My dear sons, there is no reason to labor very hard for sense pleasure while in this human form of life. Such pleasures are available to the stool eaters. Rather, you should undergo penances in this life, by which your existence will be purified, and as a result, you will be able to enjoy unlimited transcendental bliss. Haribol! Therefore, those who are true yogis or learned transcendentalists are not attracted by sense pleasures, which are the causes of continuous material existence. The more one is addicted to material pleasures, the more he is entrapped by material miseries. See how clearly Srila Prabhupada is explaining that the human form of life is meant to stop this nonsense, as Prabhupada said, and come to the real position. Asato ma sadgamaya, tamaso ma jyotirgamaya, mrityorma amritam gamaya. So real amrit exists on the transcendental platform. Real nectar is on the spiritual platform, and real life is on the spiritual plane. And we can have this transcendent pleasure even while in this material world, even while in this material body, by engaging in the process of devotional service. I'm going to pull up that verse also for you to see, because then it will be very clear what Prabhupada is explaining and why he is urging us to take up this process of devotional service, because this is the nectar for which we are always hankering. The first verse of Shikshashtakam, what it says? Cheto darpana marjanam bhava mahadavagni nirvapanam shreya kairava chandrika vitranam vidyavadhu jivanam anandam buddhi vardhanam pratipadam purnamrita swadanam sarvatma snapanam param vijayate Shri Krishna sankirtanam. This is the nectar for which we are always hankering. So, as we slowly continue to perform this purifying process, our senses get purified, our mind and intelligence get purified, our soul starts getting cleared out from all these material coverings, and we begin to relish transcendental bliss. First, we experience peace, then we experience contentment, then we experience satisfaction, then we experience joyfulness. 9.2. Okay, let me not jump. I'm getting too enthusiastic. One thing at a time. Let me share with you 14.20. I'm getting so happy just sharing all this wonderful knowledge that Prabhupada has given us, just to help us understand the value and the purpose of this human form of life and make our lives successful. Okay, here we go. Gunan etan atityatrin dehi deha samudbhavan janma mrityu jara dukkhair vimukto amritam ashnute. When the embodied being is able to transcend these three modes associated with the material body, he can become free from birth, death, old age, and their distresses, and can enjoy nectar even in this life. Purport. How one can stay in the transcendental position, even in this body, in full Krishna consciousness, is explained in this verse. The Sanskrit word Dehi means embodied. Although one is within this material body, by his advancement in spiritual knowledge, he can be free from the influence of the three modes of nature. He can enjoy the happiness of spiritual life even in this body, because after leaving this body, he's certainly going to the spiritual sky. But even in this body, he can enjoy spiritual happiness. In other words, devotional service in Krishna consciousness is the sign of liberation from material entanglement, and this will be explained in the 18th chapter. When one is freed from the influence of the modes of nature, he enters into devotional service. See what a wonderful, matchless gift Prabhupada has given us. This is such a beautiful purport and verse to explain to us the importance of controlling the mind and senses in order to achieve real platform of spirituality, which is loving devotion to Krishna. Now I'm sharing with you a very graphic picture. I hope everyone can see this. See these 5 senses. Here is the eye, here is the nose, here is the ear, here is the hand, touch, and here is the tongue. The reins is the mind. This is the intelligence. And the soul is being carried lifetime after lifetime according to where the mind, senses, and the intelligence is taking them. So now supposing you're in a car, you're in the back seat, okay? You are completely helpless. Somebody else is driving, but the driver happens to be drunk. What's going to happen to you? You're going to be having the heebie-jeebies. You're going to say, look in front of you, hold on to the wheel, don't look here and there. The car is up. You'll be going crazy. The poor soul is being dragged like how we would be dragged by a drunken driver from one body to another, one body to another, one body to another. But now that our intelligence is awakened, we can hold those reins in our hands. And by superior intelligence, we can overcome the tendencies of the mind and the senses to drag us here, there, everywhere. And what is that process? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. And there's a very joyful process. In verse 9.2 of Bhagavad Gita, what does Krishna say? Susukham kartum avyayam. Let's look at that verse also. I'll share that verse with you so that you can see for yourself the joyful process through which we can achieve self-realization. Pavitram idam uttamam. This is 9.2. Here we go. Rajavidya Rajaguhyam Pavitram Idamuttamam Pratyakshaavagamam Dharmam Susukham Kartumavyayam. This knowledge is the king of education, the most secret of all secrets. It is the purest knowledge, and because it gives direct perception of the self by realization, it is the perfection of religion. It is everlasting and it is joyfully performed. So, Srila Prabhupada wants each and every one of us to become extremely happy in Krishna consciousness. Why? Because what attracts customers to a business? Tell me. Happy customers tell other customers, right? Hey, this is a nice place, you know. They have very nice service. Their products are excellent. The after-sales service is good. The quality of what they give, excellent, and so on, isn't it? Right? Then we all make a beeline. We tell our friends and say, hey, that's a nice place. Let's go there. Similarly, if we want, and we all want, our Krishna consciousness movement to increase more and more, we have a duty to become happy in Krishna consciousness and make others happy in Krishna consciousness, because this is the only way we will attract more and more people to join the movement. And we want the earth to be flooded with this Krishna consciousness, because this is Lord Chaitanya's program. And especially those born in the holy land of India, Lord Chaitanya has given us a special responsibility. What is that? Bharat bhumite manushya janma hoilo jar, janma sarthak kari, karo parokar. And in one lecture, Prabhupada is very strong. He says, Indians are not meant for exploiting others. Give Krishna consciousness to others. You become Krishna conscious and help others make. So this is what is going to change the world. My dear spirit souls, we want everyone to come to this Krishna consciousness movement so that the whole world becomes Vaikuntha. Even if 1% of the population becomes Krishna conscious, this whole world will become Vaikuntha. There will be no more problems. And this was how it was in the saintly, when the saintly rulers were there. The whole earth was so happy to give her bounty. The cows were making the land muddy with milk, and earth was producing gems, minerals, gold, jewelry, stones, precious metals, giving so much bounty in the form of grains. And the cows were so happy. An index of an advanced cultured society is cows are happy. Today, are cows happy? No, they're being slaughtered right, left, center. Therefore, dharma has to be re-established. Therefore, the Vedic principles of religion have to come back and be put in place. And who's going to do that? You and me. No, we don't wait. Oh, the GBC will do it. The sannyasis will do it. The grihasthas will do it. No, the brahmacharis will do it. No, you and me and he and she and everyone, we all have to do it. We have to take this responsibility because Prabhupada has given us this legacy, and therefore we must make every attempt to control our mind and senses through this path of bhakti yoga, become successful in our Krishna consciousness, and help others become Krishna conscious. So I hope that was interesting for you, and I will happily open up for questions and comments and request that please, if you have corrections also, please help me to better myself in doing my service. Thank you all so much. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. Thank you so much, Mataji. Very, very wonderful class. So actually, it was like waking us up, like with all your verses. You were very nicely pulling out the verses and justifying the verse which was given today. So thank you so much, Mataji, for this wonderful class. And I would like to invite all the participants for the questions. Please go ahead. Yeah, Priti Vilasini Mataji.
Hare Krishna, Mataji. I just wanted to thank you for such an enthusiastic class. It was a pleasant surprise to see your name and hear your class. Really, really inspiring. And I just loved the way you pulled out quotes from so many places. You read from Srila Prabhupada's books and then made us understand this heavy concept in such a simple fashion. So thank you so much. Really enjoyed the class today morning. I just wanted it to go on. So maybe, maybe next time.
Thank you very much for your kind encouragement. If there are any corrections, you have any suggestions how to make it better, I'm happy to hear and learn from you.
That's wonderful. Thank you so much. Grateful to you, Mataji.
Grateful to you
Hare
for being here. Thank you.
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Priti Vilasini Mataji. So any more questions, dear devotees? So before we are moving ahead, so I would like to give an announcement. Since today is Ekadashi, we will be having Ekadashi reading after the question and answer session in the same forum. So please stay with us to hear the glories of Ekadashi. Hare Krishna. Yes, please go ahead with your questions, dear devotees. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Sridevi Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Thank you so much, Mataji, for the beautiful class. Very grateful to you. I hear your classes on Mayapur TV. Very nice to hear here on Bhakti Sangha. Thank you so much, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much for encouraging me in my humble service. To all of you and to my Gurudev, to Srila Prabhupada and to ISKCON, please bless me to do better and to do more to glorify ISKCON, to glorify Prabhupada and to serve the devotees.
Thank you. Thank you, Mataji. First time I met you in New Talavan, long ago, almost more than 10 years. Thank you, Mataji. Very nice to see you here. I met you with Suguna Mataji. I was in Birmingham at that time. I used to come to New Talavan now and then. So I met you there. Hare Krishna.
What is your name?
My name is Vinita Gandharvika, but before my name was Vinaya. Yeah.
Do you have twin children, two small boys?
No, Mataji, no. I have only one daughter.
Okay. Anyway,
Hare
I'm happy to meet you. Okay, Hare
Hare
Krishna. Come to Mayapur. I'm now in Mayapur.
Yes, Mataji. Definitely pray for us that Mataji we can visit Mayapur. Hare Krishna.
Please come. Hare Krishna.
Actually, Mataji, it's been a plan for Bhakti Sangha group that we should make a plan to Mayapur with all the Bhakti Sangha devotees. So it will be very wonderful to travel with all of them. So just pray for us, Mataji, on this Ekadashi.
Sure.
So, devotees, any more questions or realizations? Please go ahead. Okay. So I don't see any hand raised, Mataji. So, but there are comments in the chat praising your
Krishna.
class. Yes, Shyama Gauri Mataji.
Can you hear me? Yeah. Yes. Hare Krishna Mataji, please accept my humble obeisances. Oh, glory to Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much for the wonderful class, Mataji, and very nicely you quoted the verses. You pulled out, you shared the screen. It's so amazing, Mataji. And you filled up the gap of Maharaj. You know, we were missing Maharaj today, but we didn't miss after the class. It's so amazing. Just like you are like a reflection of Maharaj. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I
Thank
was
you.
to get you on the call from long time, but it got fulfilled today.
I know we talked about that. Please accept my humble obeisance, Shamagori Mataji. All glories to Srila Prabhupada. All glories to our spiritual masters. All glories to all the wonderful services that all of you devotees are doing, especially you, Mataji. You're keeping this going for the past decade. That's not a small thing. That's a very great and very wonderful service. You and Abhiram Das Prabhu, your son, it is just amazing to me how you have been able to carry on for this long, because in Kali Yuga, it's very easy to start something, but to maintain it is very difficult. And you have done this for so many, many years. So thank you for giving me an opportunity to serve you all.
Bless us, Mataji. Please bless us, Mataji, that we could do more better service to Maharaj and all other devotees and all the Vaishnavas and Srila Prabhupada. Thank you so much, Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. You have to bless me. I have no ability to bless anyone. I need all the blessings I can get. So you please give me blessings.
Oh, Mataji, you are such
Shamagori
a...
Mataji ki jai.
Sridevi Mataji ki jai. I was just, doing like a job of postman, carrying the letters here and there, but all the job you are doing, Mataji, it's not easy to give class. So that's really amazing. You have very wonderful realization, and you have been serving Maharaj from last 40 years. So it's amazing.
Not 40 years, it is about 22 years actually. I met Guru Maharaj in 2001, November, and I got initiated in 2006. So I've been having Maharaj's wonderful mercy and guidance from 2001. So now this November it will be 23 years. Yes.
Oh, awesome. Wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Mataji, for coming on the call and giving your time and association. Very, very grateful to you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you. Guru Maharaj's mercy makes miracles happen. You just desired something, and Guru Maharaj is so merciful. He decided, I want to make Shamagori happy. It's all his mercy.
Yeah.
Haribol.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you so much, Mataji. So I just like the point you said, in Kali Yuga, it's easy to start, but it's difficult to maintain. I just like that. That is what happening actually in reality also. So, and also during the class, you were so very enthusiastically, you were reading the words and you were saying, Haribol, Haribol. So it gives us a very good vibration, like as you were saying in the class also, that we'll have to do it happily, so that seeing us, others also will join. So that was really very wonderful, Mataji. So, but I just have a question. We just initially it's like we say that yes, you can chant and be happy, you can come inside, it's very easy process. But when we are stepping in, as the days are passing by, we feel that here and there some ups and downs are there. So and at times we feel that okay, oh, what's this, it's so difficult, or what am I doing now, how to go ahead. So all these thoughts are also coming. So why, my one question is, why these thoughts are coming, and the other one is how to come out of that.
You said a very important point. You see, the most dangerous and the most difficult time in a devotee's life is anartha nivriti time. Initially, everything is very wonderful.
Prasadam is wonderful, devotees are wonderful, the deities are so beautiful and gorgeous, the kirtan is wonderful, because Krishna gives so much nectar in the beginning. He wants to pull us, But when the process of anartha nivriti begins, that's the toughest time, because now we come face to face with all that conditioning which has been there for millions of lifetimes. So now it is very difficult time, because now you know too much. Joining the Hare Krishna movement is like joining the mafia. You cannot get out. You know too much. So you can't get out, but going on seems so very difficult. This is normal, because all the impurities are now come. Like when you make ghee, all the impurities are coming to the surface and we feel, oh, this is so horrible. I cannot believe I'm capable, because we come to face with our ugly side. We also don't like sometimes what we see. We want to run away. We say, oh my God, I didn't realize I was like this. I didn't know I was capable of that. I didn't know this would be so difficult like this. This is the time when the sadhaka needs support. He or she needs encouragement. He or she needs mentorship. That is why we need sheltering, loving, mentoring, coaching relationships in ISKCON. This is why we need the association of senior devotees who have gone through all these storms, who have gone through all these phases, who know how difficult it is, and who can help us, who can give you that, like how we say, cheerleading. No, don't worry, it will get better. Because initially, the mind will always go to the senses and the sense objects, constantly. But the heart doesn't get any satisfaction. But to develop that higher taste, we need to turn away and plug into Krishna consciousness. We have to replace a bad material habit with a good spiritual habit. We have to pull out the plug from here and push in the plug over there. And we have to do this every time, every hour, every minute sometimes. Because we are so used to going for that rasgulla. We are so used to going for that sense grab. But when we understand this is not good for me, of course, the senses need some satisfaction. We all have to eat, we all have to sleep, we all have to work, we all have to do. So the basic things we need to do. So we must do enough to keep the senses quiet. Sense gratification should be like salt. Not too much, not too little. Just enough to keep the senses quiet so that we can keep going forward in bhakti and very carefully evaluating what are my weaknesses, what are my anarthas, what do I need to be careful about, which situation I should take more care. Supposing I have a spending habit, when I go to the shops, I just go on a spending free. That is my area of weakness. Maybe I'm not interested in eating. Maybe eating is not a problem for me, but shopping is a big problem. So then I must make a plan. I must enlist the help of my friends in Krishna consciousness. This is my weakness. You hold my credit card. Don't allow me to spend. Let me make a list beforehand. Because if you don't make a list beforehand and enter the shopping mall, finish. We'll want to buy everything in the shopping mall. So let me just stick strictly to what I need to buy and not get swayed by this sale, that sale, that sale, that sale. So we need to have a plan. We need to have support. We need to have encouragement, and we need to be accountable. That means we report to our superior authorities on how we are working through our anarthas. You see, this is not something we can do alone. It is like being in the 12-step program. The alcoholic is addicted to alcohol. What we are addicted to? Sense gratification. This is our intoxication. So to bring the fever down, we have to enter the 1200-step program called Krishna consciousness, and for which we need to have sheltering relationships to support, encourage, help us, and to purify us through this phase of anartha nivriti. It's not easy, and we cannot do it alone. You're right. So therefore, in ISKCON, we need to have mentors. We need to have mentoring. Everyone should have friends. Everyone should have a mentor so that we are supported in our Krishna consciousness. Otherwise, it's like being alone in a forest with no compass, with no guide, with no help, with no weapons. Maya will catch us in no time. You see? Do you understand?
Yes, Mataji. Yes. So we have to be, actually, the thing what I understand is there should be encouragement. So if we do it alone, then it's like a blind horse. So just
Right.
going in the forest and doing nothing. So,
Right.
but when we are in the association, when we have some guide with us, then we will feel some encouragement inside ourselves. So actually the point which you said that I have realized many times, Mataji. So thank you for remembering, making me to remember once again about that. So yeah, we have hand
Yeah.
raise of
And one
Anjana
more thing
Gopika
I want
Mataji.
to say to encourage you, it gets easier. Once you reach Nishtha, it gets easier. Anartha Nivritti is like climbing uphill with a backpack full of boulders. Those boulders are our anarthas. So as we toss all those boulders out of the bag gets lighter and the climb gets easier and you start enjoying the view. You say, wow, I made it this far, I can keep going. So we feel encouraged. And once we reach Nishtha, we are fixed. Then Ruchi, Asakti, etc.,
Okay.
etc. It gets better and better. So we must encourage each other like that.
Hari, 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 Hari. Very, 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 very wonderful, Mataji. So when we start, we have so much in our back. So that's really, really very nice to hear. So yeah, we have hand raise of Anjana Gopika Mataji. Please go ahead, Mataji.
Haribol, my old friend Anjana Gopika, my humble obeisances to you. All glories to Prabhupada, all glories to Guru Maharaj.
Pranam
Haribol.
Mataji. Nice to see you in the call, Mataji. So really, it's a very, very inspiring class, and just by seeing your life, I get so encouraged, Mataji.
Haribol.
Thank you,
Thank you,
thank you.
Mataji, for coming and
Hari.
giving a class.
Please give my
Haribol.
love to your two little girls and offer my obeisances to your good husband.
Yes, sure, Mataji. Sure. Thank you so much, Mataji. Haribol.
Haribol.
Hare Krishna. So thank you so much, Mataji, once again. So I find no more hand raise, but there are comments on the chat, which is given by Rasa Vilasini, Radha Mataji, then Harita Mataji, then Lalita Mataji, and Dinabandhu Prabhu, then Shivani Mataji. All are saying about the class, glorifying the class. It's very excellent, wonderful, and so Lalita Mataji and Dinabandhu Prabhu, they have said super excellent association and direction, how to embrace Krishna consciousness. Hari Bol. So thank you so much, Mataji. Once again, so with
You
your
are very
permission, we can end
kind
the...
to a neophyte like me. You are all encouraging a beginner by your kindness. It's like a little toddler, who's just beginning to walk. Everyone claps their hand and say, oh, he has started walking. So like this, all of you are being very kind to me because I'm just beginning. I'm just on unsteady legs. I'm trying to do something with my tuta-futa words. I'm trying to glorify Krishna. But the parents become very happy even if the child is saying something in garbled language. So like this, all of you are being merciful to me.
Hari. Mataji, I just have a request. So please come frequently on the call, Mataji. So we will be really encouraged hearing your words, Mataji. So just to speak on any topic of Krishna consciousness, we'll feel very encouraged. So that's how I see you, Mataji. So very nice class today. So with your permission, we can end the call here, Mataji.
Thank you so much.
Hare Krishna.
Kripa
कृपा सिंधुपेव च पतितनां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः अनंत कोटि वैष्णव वृंद की जय श्रील प्रभुपाद की जय हर ग्रेस श्रीदेवी माता जी की जय हरे कृष्णा dear devotees, thank you so much for joining the call, but please stay here. We will be starting our reading of Ekadeshi, so please give me 5 minutes. Okay. So I'll start the screen share, then we'll start. I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, Mataji.
Okay, so once again, I'll start the recording, then we can, please, I request everyone to raise your hands for the reading. So whoever wants to read, please raise your hands so that we can give chance to everyone to read. Hare Krishna, yes. Okay. Okay, so we can start. Happy Ekadashi to everyone once again. Turn the spotlight also. Yes. Hare Krishna. So who's there for starting? Yeah, Hemi Mataji, please go ahead.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes, Mataji.
Shri Yudhishthir Maharaj said, O Madhusudana, O killer of the Madhu demon, please be merciful to me and describe to me the Ekadashi that occurs during the light fortnight of the month of Shravan, July to August. The Supreme Lord Sri Krishna replied, Yes, O king, I shall happily narrate the glories to you, for just by hearing about the sacred Ekadashi, one attains the merit of performing a horse sacrifice.
Hare Krishna, you can see Mataji. Hare Krishna. Okay, so next Isha Upanishad Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Sorry, Mataji.
Yeah, Isha Upanishad Mataji, please go ahead.
At the dawn, Hare Krishna, at the dawn of Dwapar Yuga, there lived a king by the name of Mahitya, who ruled the kingdom of Mahismati Puri. Because he had no son, his entire kingdom seemed utterly cheerless to him. A married man who has no son gains no happiness in his life or the next. The Sanskrit word for son is putra. Pu is the name of a particular hell, and tra means to deliver.
That's the word?
That's the word putra means a person who delivers one from the hell named Pu. Therefore, every married man should produce at least one son and train him properly. Then the father will be delivered from a hellish condition of life. But this injunction does not apply to the serious devotees of Lord Vishnu or Krishna, for the Lord becomes their son, father, and mother. Furthermore, Shanaka
Thank you,
Pandita
Mataji.
says,
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, thank you, Mataji. Janaki Vishnu Priya Mataji. Furthermore, Chanakya Pandita says.
Okay, furthermore, Chanakya Pandit says, Satyam Mata Pita Janma Dharmo Bharta Daya Shakaha Shantin Patri Kshama Putraha Sadite Mama Vandhavaha. Truth is my mother, knowledge is my father, my occupational duty is my brother, kindness is my friend, tranquility is my wife, and forgiveness is my son. These 6 are my family members. Among the 26 leading qualities of a devotee of the Lord, forgiveness is the topmost. Therefore, devotees should make an extra endeavor to develop this quality. Here, Chankya says, forgiveness is my son, and thus a devotee of the Lord, even though he may be on the path of renunciation, may observe this Ekadashi and pray to attain this kind of a son. For a long time, this king tried very hard to obtain an heir, but to no avail. Seeing his years advancing ever onwards, King Mahijita became increasingly anxious. Thank you.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Yes, Harita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Happy Ekadashi to everyone. One day, he told an assembly of his advisors, I have committed no sin in this life, and there is no ill-gotten wealth in my treasury. I have never usurped the offering to the demigods or brahmanas. When I waged war and conquered kingdoms, I followed the rules and regulations of the military art, and I have protected my subjects as if they were my own children. I punished even my own relatives if they broken the law. And if my enemy was gentle and religious, I welcomed him. O twice born souls, although I am a religious and faithful follower of the Vedic standards, still my home is without a son. Kindly tell me the reason for this. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Shushmita Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, thank you. Hearing this, the king's Brahmana advisor discussed the subject among themselves, and with the aim of benefiting the king, they visited the various ashrams of the great sages. At last, they came upon a sage who was austere, pure, and self-satisfied, and who was strictly observing a vow of fasting. His senses were completely under control. He had conquered his anger, and he was expert at performing his occupational duty. Indeed, this great sage was expert in all the conclusions of the Vedas, and he had extended his lifespan to that of Lord Brahma himself. His name was Lomasa Rishi, and he knew past, present, and future. After each kalpa passed, one hair would fall out of his body. One kalpa, or 12 hours of Lord Brahma, equals to 432 crores years. All the king's Brahmana advisors very happily approached him one by one to offer their humble respects.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Mataji. Yeah, Vinita Gandharvika Mataji.
Yeah. Captivated by this great soul, King Mahishmati advisor offered to him and said very respectfully, "Oh, only because of your great good fortune, O sage, have we been allowed to see you." Lomaharshana Rishi saw them bowing down to him and replied, "Kindly let me know why you have come here. Why are you praising me? I must do all I can to solve your problems. For the sages like me have only one interest, to help others. Do not doubt this." Lomaharshana Rishi had all good qualities because he was a devotee of the Lord. I'm not able to read that verse, Mataji. Anybody can recite. After that, I can continue if you want.
Yeah, okay. Lomasa Rishi had all good qualities because he was a devotee of the Lord. As stated in the Srimad Bhagavatam 5.18.12, Yasyasti bhaktir bhagavati akinchana sarvairgune satra samasata suraha harava bhaktasya kuto mahatguna manoratena sati davato bahihi. Yes, Vinita Mataji, do you wish to continue?
Yes, Mataji. In one who has unflinching devotional service to Krishna, all good qualities of Krishna and demigods are constantly manifest. However, he who has no devotion to the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no good qualification, because he is engaged by mental concoction in material existence, which is eternal future of the Lord. Shall I continue or anybody? Yeah. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah, Shri Ishopanishad Mataji, I saw your hand raised. Do you want to continue reading?
Jai Hare Krishna. The king's representatives said, "We have come to you, O exalted sage, to ask for your help in solving a very serious problem. O sage, you are like Lord Brahma. Indeed, there is no better sage in the entire world. Our king Mahitya is without a son, though he has sustained and protected us as if we were his sons. Seeing him so unhappy on account of being sonless, we have become very sad, O sage, and therefore we have entered this forest to perform severe austerities. By our good fortune, we happened upon you. Everyone's desire and activities become successful just by your darshan. Thus, we humbly ask that you tell us how our king can obtain a son."
Hare Krishna. Thank you, Mataji. Anyone else who would like to introduce, please raise your hands. Vinita Gandharvika Mataji, do you want to read?
Yes, Mataji, I can read, Mataji. Where, Mataji, can you? Yes, someone else raised. Janaki Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah, Janaki Vishnupriya Mataji, please go ahead.
Yeah. Hearing their sincere plea, Loma Rishi, I think it's too high. Okay. Observed himself in a deep meditation for a moment, and at once understood the king's previous life. Then he said, "Your ruler was a merchant in his past life, and feeling his wealth insufficient, he committed sinful deeds. He traveled to many villages to trade his goods. Once at noon on the day after the Ekadashi that comes during the light fortnight of the month of Jetha, Sribrikama, May, June, he became thirsty, and while traveling from place to place, he came upon a beautiful pond on the outside of a village. But just as he was about to drink at the pond, a cow arrived there with her newborn calf. These two creatures were also very thirsty because of the heat. But when the cow and the calf started to drink, the merchant rudely shoved them aside and selfishly slacked his own thirst. This offense against a cow and her calf has resulted in your kings being without a son now. But the good deeds he performed in his previous life have given him rulership over the undisturbed kingdom. Thank you. Someone else
Thank
can.
you, Mataji. Hare Krishna. So I shall read here. So anyone who wish to read, please raise your hands. Meanwhile, yeah, I can see raise hands here. Yeah, Sridevi Mataji, please go ahead.
He traveled to many villages to trade his goods. Once at noon on the day after the Ekadashi that comes during the light fortnight of the month of Jyesht, Trivikram, May, June, he became thirsty while traveling from place to place. He came upon a beautiful pond on the outskirts of a village. But just as he was about to drink at the pond, a cow arrived there with her newborn calf. These two creatures were also very thirsty because of the heat. But when the cow and the calf started to drink, the merchant rudely shoved them aside and selfishly slaked his own thirst. This offense against a cow and her calf has resulted in your kings being without a son now. But the good deeds he performed in his previous life have given him rulership over an undisturbed kingdom.
Thank you, Mataji. Veronica Mataji or Prabhuji, Veronica.
Hare Krishna, please accept my humble obeisances. All glories to Srila Prabhupada and Guru Maharajas. Hearing this, the king's advisors replied, "O renowned Rishi, we have heard that the Vedas say one can nullify the effects of one's past sins by acquiring merit. Be so kind as to give us some instruction by which our king's sins can be destroyed. Please give him your mercy so that a prince will take birth in his family." Lomasa Rishi said, "There is an Ekadashi called Putrada, which comes during the light fortnight of the month of Shravana. On this day, all of you, including your king, should fast and stay awake all night, strictly following the rules and regulations. Then you should give the king whatever merit you gain by this fast. If you follow these instructions of mine, he will surely be blessed with a fine son."
Thank you, Mataji. Akansha Rawat Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. All the king's advisors became very pleased to hear those words from Lomasha Rishi, and they all offered him their grateful obeisances. Then, their eyes bright with happiness, they returned home. When the month of Shravan arrived, the king's advisors remembered the advice of Lomasha Rishi, and under their direction, all the citizens of Mahishmati Puri, as well as the king, fasted on Ekadashi. And on the next day, Dwadashi, the citizens dutifully offered their accrued merit to him. By the strength of all this merit, the queen became pregnant and eventually gave birth to a most beautiful son. O
Yeah, I
Yudhishthira,
can finish it, Mataji.
Lord, O
Yeah, I can
Yudhishthira,
finish it. Continue, Mataji. Sorry, continue.
everyone,
O Yudhishthira.
O Yudhishthira, Lord Krishna concluded, the Ekadashi that comes during the light fortnight of the month of Shravan has thus rightfully become famous as Putrada, bestower of a son. Whoever desires happiness in this world and the next should certainly fast from all grains and legumes on this holy day. Indeed, whoever simply hears the glories of Putrada Ekadashi becomes completely free of all sin, is blessed with a good son, and surely ascends to heaven after death. Thus ends the narration of the glories of Shravan Shukla Ekadashi or Putrada Ekadashi from the Bhavishya Purana. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Thank you so much, dear devotees. Pavitra Upanna Ekadashi ki Jai. Thank you all to all for participating in this reading and for your service. Hare Krishna. So we can end the call here. Hare Bol. Vancha kalpadrupasya kripa sindhupeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo namo namah. Antakoti Vaishnav Vrindaki Jai. Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Hare Krishna. Pavitra Upanna
Hare
Ekadashi.